Ryan Tringer here, Class A Pro from Swing Safe Golf Lesson Center in Irvine, California. We're taking a look at Scottie Scheffler at the Genesis Invitational 2026, Riviera Country Club, Los Angeles. And so he starts here. This is on the first tee. He starts there with the club in his left hand, and he walks his way into the shot, gets lined up to it, and it looks like something interesting to point out. It looks like he's leaning back on his heels while he's looking down the fairway. And then right when he's going to hit, he leans towards it. If you look at his right shoe, you can see that the shoe tips forward a little bit. And even his rear, if we put a line on where his rear is, you can see that. If we put a rear line right here, he actually he leans forward away from that before he takes it away. So it looks like he's getting onto the balls of his feet before he then swings the club back. And so you can also see this with where his head is. So if you look here, there's where his face is, and then right when he's about to hit it, see how he leans toward the ball to get on the balls of his feet. And so I definitely think that's what he's doing there. Now from here, if we take a look at, let's see, setup, let's see, armpits, knees, and balls of feet line up. Yes, so that's very textbook. Arms hang under the shoulder sockets, grip points at the belt line. And so very textbook setup position. And it makes sense. He's been in lessons for 30 years with his coach. And I'm sure they've been working on the fundamentals. That's what we tend to do. Ball's in the center of the club face. And if we take a look here, we're going to trace the club head going back, see what's happening. Here we go. He's taking it back here straight up the line, right on the plane here. And he's working the toe up to the sky here going back. Very textbook takeaway here. You can see that the club shaft is on plane, and you can see that the club face is toe up here going back. At this moment, he's kept his balance beautifully right on the ball of his foot there. And you can see his head hasn't dipped forward and his rear is on the rear line. So super solid takeaway move here from Scottie Scheffler. No surprise at all. And then as he works his way up here to the top, let's see where he ends up at the top of the swing. And so, 1 second here. Let's take a moment to get this a little bit. There we go. Let's redo that last line there. Got to make it a little sharper for you. And so, let's go. Let's put them like right about there. Okay. So let's keep tracing the club as it goes up here to the top. Okay. So here at the top, he's kept his posture angles beautifully. And so what we mean by that is if we put some lines up here, so his initial posture angles are like this. And then when he gets up here to the top of the swing, you can see that he's pretty much kept them the same up to the top. You can see that his knee flex the same, spine angle the same, rear and head position solid. He's got his lead arm parallel to the plane line. He's actually got the golf club across the line here a little bit. And some of you out there that are worried about that, some really good players have done that. He's got a neutral wrist at the top, and the club face, I would say, is square. It's not really facing the sky or toe hanging down. He's got a very square face here at the top of the swing. Now let's take a look here as he brings the club back down where the club travels. What a great job here of dropping it from the inside. You can see that he just completely gets this club nicely from the inside out path on his downswing as he's making that lateral move that he makes, the Scheffler shuffle. And if we look here coming down, the club face is still toe up. So he hasn't shut the door yet or closed the face as he's on the way into the ball, though I'm sure he's going to here, and supinate his wrist. And so you can see here when he comes into it, yeah, he's definitely closed that face up now. At this point, he's driving his pressure to that left heel. And something interesting about his technique is that at this moment, now he's actually, you know, pulled away from the ball just a little bit, with that movement that he does to that back left heel. And you can see here that this is where his posture is. And I have a feeling that he's always done that to try to get his hips back and fight the club pulling him forward. And so you can see here that his rear is actually just a tiny bit off that rear line on the way into the ball. And so as he comes through the ball here, you can see he starts it right down the middle pretty much here with a nice little draw. And then at this moment, you can see why he's really working toward that heel to try to get his hip back on that line, because that's always been something probably that him and Randy have needed to work on. But beautiful swing plane, great setup fundamentals, really nice balance in his backswing on the balls of his feet, as you can see here. And then when he comes down, nice move from the inside as he shifts his weight toward the left heel. And then around he goes here to a nice balanced follow through onto his left heel. And so such a consistent swing that he makes. It's been great watching him play. And I wish all the success to Scottie Scheffler this year and the years to come, because it's great to see him at the top of his game.